All right, how do you buy your first rental property? We're gonna go through 10 steps in 10 minutes. That's 1 minute per step. I'm gonna show you what questions to ask yourself and what to do in each step to set yourself up for success. So grab a cup of coffee. So before you buy your first rental property, you have to have the answers to these 3 questions and you need to be clear about them. I can't give you the answers. These are personal questions you have to ask yourself. The first one is, what are your goals? Why are you getting into this? Is it retirement planning? Is it cash flow goals because you want to leave your job? Is it a long-term wealth accumulation plan? Why do you want to buy? The second question is, where are you going to buy? Is it in a market close to where you currently live so you can keep close tabs to it? Or is it a long distance play? And will you need to hire a property manager? The third question is, where are the down payment funds coming from? Are they your personal savings funds, or are you partnering with somebody to assist you with the down payment? Or are you using leverage such as a home equity line of credit? Answer these 3 questions, get clear on them before you purchase your property. So let's get into it. The first step before anything else is get knowledge, meaning watching videos like this, reading books on real estate and specifically your investment strategy that you're interested in. Or if you don't know what you're interested in, read many different books on different strategies to decide what is best for you. Listen to audiobooks. Anything you can do to inform yourself, to give yourself an edge in preparation for the next steps, that's what you want to be doing. So step 1, inform yourself, but don't go too far that you never take action. The second step is save up for a down payment. The way I did this was the old school way of just earning and saving a portion of my paychecks until I had enough of a nest egg that I could go out and put 3% down on my first property. And the reason I was able to do 3% is because I was living in it and then renting out the rooms. If you do not plan on living in it and just renting it out, you're going to need at least 15% of the purchase price. Get clear on what price range you're looking at so that you can get a percent of that and understand how much you need to save up. And if you can't save up that money, or you don't want to do it with your own money, try to bring in a partner that has money and you provide the work or the sweat equity. And together you can do this thing that otherwise you couldn't. Third step in this process is to build your credit score. I want you to strive for a 740 or greater. If you don't know how to build your credit score, I made a video on one of the most important factors to increase it very quickly, and I will link that down in the description below. But you will have a lot more options and better pricing when you get to 740 and above. Although you can get loans with lower credit scores, you will not have as many options, and usually your cash flow will suffer from it because you're going to be paying a higher interest rate on your loan. The fourth step is find an investor-friendly real estate agent, not just any agent that has a license, but somebody who has experience buying rental properties, who can help you analyze your rental property and decide, is this a good deal or is it not a good deal? It's like having a personal mentor. So this decision is extremely important. If you know me and you're looking for a property in New York or Connecticut, I'd be happy to help you. Just reach out to me in the comment section or send me an email. Otherwise, you can look at Bigger Pockets Agent Finder. It's an online tool, and I'm going to link it in the description below. You just type in your city and state, and you can find a list of agents that are investor-friendly agents. All right, the fifth step here is get pre-approved. Now what you're gonna do is, you have an agent, use that agent for all your resources. Ask the agent, what are the lenders that you recommend working with for what I'm looking to buy? And he's gonna give you a list. You wanna call at least 3 different lenders, talk to them all, try to get pre-approved for the maximum amount that you can so you can see just what you're working with. Can I buy a house for $300,000? Can I buy one for $400,000? What is my max limit? And make sure you can get pre-approved. If you can't do it the traditional way and you don't have a normal job, or you're self-employed and you're having trouble getting pre-approved, being that it's a rental property, you can always try to look for what's called a DSCR loan, debt service coverage ratio. And this will not use your personal documents or personal income to qualify you. It will use the rental property's income and qualify you based on the house you're looking to buy. Okay, now we're getting into the fun stuff. Step 6, we're gonna start looking at houses and crunching numbers. And this is what we wanna just keep doing all day long to get good at it. Just go on Zillow and practice crunching numbers as much as possible. I have done a lot of videos on this analysis, but basically you want to make sure that you're cash flow positive, meaning your income is greater than your expenses when you buy that rental property. And you want to make sure that you buy a property with a little bit of equity, or in other words, at a discount. You should look for a minimum of 15% off on that property. So if it's worth $400,000, you want to buy it for 15% less than what it's actually worth. This gives you a cushion immediately right off the bat, and it increases your net worth as soon as you write and sign your name on those documents. It's going to give you an edge, and it's going to be a smart move if there's a downturn in the market. Cash flow positive, 15% discount, crunch the numbers on all the deals that you can to get good at it. Go look at houses, be patient, and do not settle. Step 7 is submit an offer until one is accepted. Do not become discouraged by rejected offers. It's a numbers game. Do not take it personally, and understand that when you see a good deal, most likely other investors are looking at that deal too. So be competitive and be quick when you submit your offers. Make sure that they're structured and written in the best possible way. That's where your agent is going to be really valuable for you. Step 8, congratulations, you have bought your first rental property, but you're not done yet because you gotta rent it out. So now when you're looking for a tenant, I suggest using a software program called RentPrep. That's what I use. It does a background check and a credit check, which I think you should do on every single tenant. And make sure you're calling up references and getting other people to vouch for that tenant. This is an important decision because you could have done everything right, but if you put the wrong tenant in there, that could really ruin your investment deal. So do your due diligence, be careful, and if you don't want to do this yourself, you can always hire an agent to get a tenant for you. But otherwise, you can put it up on Zillow, rent it out, take calls, screen tenants, if you want to save some money and do it yourself. Step 9, you sit back, relax, and collect a rent check. No, you don't do that. You actually have to take care of your property and take care of your tenant. Make sure they understand that you care about that property and respect it. The more that you care and respect it, the more they will care and respect it. And help them to understand that a late payment is a late payment, that you do not accept anything past what's due and when it's due. Okay, that's important because you don't want them to think that you don't care and they can send rent payments anytime they want. Because some people will take full advantage of you, especially as a first-time investor. Be clear about your standards and make sure you check in with them. Hey, how are things going? Do you like the property? How can it be improved? And make sure you're keeping up on maintenance items. Treat it like it's your business. The last step is scale up. If you did one property successfully, that means you can do a second one. And if $500 a month of cash flow sounds nice, imagine having 5 of those homes, not only giving you the cash flow, but accumulating in value alongside reducing debt over time. It's a slow game, but it's worthwhile, and you can build a ton of wealth by expanding and scaling up your portfolio. Just be patient in the beginning. It's going to take more time, but this process works. Just use due diligence on every step. Thank you for watching today's video. Those are the 10 steps to buying your first rental property. You should be about done with your cup of coffee. Have a great week, and I'll see you on the next video. Keep going, keep learning, and keep grinding.